Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to win more games in CS2. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is that you should try to tap and burst as much as possible and spray as little as possible. The reason for that is that now tapping and bursting feels way easier to hit with. It's way easier to hit taps than it is to hit sprays. For some reason the sprays feel different and you can still kill with sprays, but it's going to be easier to kill with taps and with bursts. The sprays feel a bit different, and there are some commands which can help you with the sprays, but I might show them in another video. So you should try to tap and burst as much as possible, and especially with pistols. On pistol rounds you can see on city side that it's way easier to hit if you really focus on hitting the one taps. Even with pistols, when you shoot fast, it feels different to CSGO. Shooting fast and spraying feels different to CSGO, but tapping feels much easier than in CSGO. So try to tap and burst as much as possible. The second thing is to learn the new utility. There are a lot of things that are different now. The smokes are different in terms of the spreads, and sometimes they fly different, so some lineups are changed and some things on the maps are changed. Some small things that can sometimes your nade can hit in, that can change the trajectory of your nade, and sometimes still some things are not perfect and nades sometimes don't bounce as you expect them to bounce. So you have to go and just learn the new lineups. It's not going to be fun, it's going to be kind of boring, but you have to do it in order to win more games, because the essential utility is very important. If you don't know how to smoke Heaven on Anubis, if you don't know how to smoke camera, you're probably going to on average win less games than somebody who knows how to do it, and somebody who knows how to throw good flashes and how to throw good motos, good smokes and everything like that. The next thing is to focus on your positioning, on your peeking and the crosshair placement and pre-aim. These things are very important for your duels, and if you master these 4 things, you're going to win most of your duels. And the 50-50 duels that you take are not going to be 50-50. You're going to have an advantage in every duel you take if you master these things. So basically with positioning, I mean you have to be in a position where the enemy is unlikely to kill you or even unlikely to pre-aim you, so you can get the kill, and you have to have the crosshair placement so you can shoot the enemy more easily. An example can be that I had in a recent game. I was playing Anubis and it was a 3v3 or something like this. I knew one person pushed B main and I had 2 of my teammates towards there, and I knew that guy is most likely going to flank through here. So what we did is my 2 teammates went towards A because there wouldn't be more than one person there, and I stayed here and held the flank like this. This is a position which nobody would clear and nobody would expect. You would probably do something like this and then just turn back because it's more likely that there is an enemy there. But when I stayed here, it's difficult to see me and it's easy for me to kill him because I put my crosshair on a perfect place to hit the headshot when he's going through. So it's very important to stay on positions where it's easier for you to get the kill and easier for you to position your crosshair when the enemy will pick. So an angle like this can be an example because it's very hard for the person that is there to pre-aim you and to hit you, but for you it's not that difficult to just kill him. Also a position like this can be an example where the enemy will be picking probably more wider and he will not pre-aim this exact angle. Maybe he will pre-aim something like this or like this, because there are many different angles that you could hold here. So you can hold an angle like this or something where when he picks you have an easy headshot. And you have to also switch up the angles. If you hold an angle one time and it works really well, next time you want to hold a different angle because maybe the enemy will be ready for the other angle. So you have to switch up the angles that you are playing, and you have to play good angles. Don't just switch them up for the sake of switching, make sure it's actually good. So let's say you played here a few rounds and you got a kill, and then you want to switch up the position. Don't just stay like this in the middle of the open, because this is also not going to be good positioning. You have to switch it, but you have to get another good position. Maybe something like this could be good if they don't use flashes. If they do use flashes, maybe you can hide here, and when the enemy flashes, you just peek and then you hold the angle and you kill the enemy when he is swinging. Also about peeking, basic thing is to make sure you are peeking with either A or D. This way it's going to be way easier for you to counter strafe, so when you peek you can instantly pre-aim and you can stop quickly. And you have to focus on your crosshair always being somewhere. When you are peeking, you don't want to end up with your crosshair like this, because nobody is going to send there probably. And you don't want to swing like this, so you expose yourself to 10 different angles. You want to clear the angles systematically, one by one, like this. Clear every angle, little by little, and focusing on your crosshair being on the angle before you have picked the angle. So you kind of aim at the angle through the wall. I have a video in CSGO where I explain in detail how to pre-aim, so you can watch that one, and the skills from there can transfer into CS2 as well, because pre-aim is basically the same mechanic. When you're behind the wall, you imagine where the enemy could be, you put your crosshair there, and then you just pick, and your crosshair is going to be on him. And if your crosshair is not on him, you are anyway fully focused on an enemy being there, so when you pick, even if he's not there, you are going to be more quick to react, because you are focused. You expect to pick and you expect there to be an enemy, so even if he's on a different position, you will still aim faster and react faster. The next very important thing is to deathmatch in CS2. There are already some decent deathmatch servers that you can play in, and it's very important to deathmatch because the movement is a little bit different, and the shooting mechanics, as I already said, are a bit different. Tapping and bursting is a bit easier, spraying is a bit more difficult. So you want to go and play deathmatch on the servers and just practice all the different types of shooting. Practice the tapping, practice the bursting, and practice the spraying. Practice all of them. And if one is harder for you, let's say tapping and bursting, it's very easy for you, like it is for me, or then try to spray more, try to practice the spraying more so you can improve your weakness. Deathmatching is essential, it was essential in CSGO and it's going to be essential forever in this game, because it's objectively the best way to improve your aim. Maybe aim boss works better for you, but if you deathmatch, you're still going to improve. And deathmatching improves different aspects of the game compared to aimbots, because in aimbots you don't have to peek and you don't have to pre-aim. In deathmatch you do. So deathmatch is going to train different aspects of your game compared to aimbots, and it's going to be very effective. The last tip that I have for you to win more games in CS2 is to queue up with friends. That could be important because in CS2 now the ranks are different from CSGO, and I don't know exactly how they decide what rank to give you, so sometimes you could have a terrible player in your team. Let's say you were faces level 10 in the last game in CSGO and you got 12,000 rating, let's say. But there's somebody who got 12,000 rating and he was level 3 in CSGO, so he's probably much worse than you mechanically and probably game sense wise. So you're playing with somebody who is much worse than you, so it's going to be more difficult for you to play. But if you queue up with friends, you can queue up with other level 10s who have, let's say, 12,000 rating as well, or they have even less, because I don't know how exactly the ranking system works. Sometimes much better players get much less rating, and I don't know what the reason is, but it happens. So try to queue up with friends, and when you queue up with friends, you at least know that the teammates are going to be good, and you know that you can trust them and you can have good communication. Because when you are on Discord with someone, it's much different than just talking in-game to a random person. You're going to listen to each other way more, you're going to play together way more, and if you can 5-stack together, you're going to win maybe 80% of your games, because it's just that easy. In the enemy team, there's sometimes people who are really bad, and they are also playing with 1 or 2 friends, and then the others are random, so arguments can happen. And it's going to be way easier for you to get the team play in, play together, do things that will win you the round, and you can also tell your teammates how to improve, because if you tell a random person to tap and burst more than his price, he's probably not going to listen to you. But if you tell it to a friend who you're playing with, he's probably going to listen to you and he might get more kills. So I hope this video helped you learn how to win more games. I hope it helped you to understand how to practice in CS2 and what things you have to do. And if you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to not miss out on any upcoming CS2 content. Thank you for watching.